Hey, it's Caroline. Today I want to take you through simple exercises you can do to treat and prevent lower back pain. Of course, always check with your doctor before starting any exercise program. The first exercise you'll do is called a bird dog. So what you're going to do is take tabletop position with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. You'll control from your core and reach your right leg and your left arm out. So hold strong here, opposite arm and leg, and then what you're going to do is bring your opposite hand to touch your knee and reach, extend, and touch the knee and reach. In this exercise, you want to make sure your hips and shoulders stay level, and you want to avoid sinking in the supporting shoulder or the supporting hip. So really big extension, touch. You should feel this in the core and maybe a little bit in the glutes. You'll do 12 on one side, and then you'll switch the other side. So opposite arm and leg reach out and touch and reach. Often what I tell my clients is to imagine trying to hold a cup of coffee on their tailbone and keeping it there through the duration of the exercise, just to make sure that the hips are level. So this is a great exercise to prevent or treat lower back pain. You'll do 12 on each side. The second exercise I'd like to do is called plank. So taking the forearms on the mat, you'll reach the legs back until your body is in a nice, long, straight line. You want to avoid the shoulders behind the elbows, leveling the hips to be in line with the shoulders, and thinking nice and neutral with the neck, pulling the belly button in. It's a good idea to hold this exercise for 30 to 60 seconds, 2 to 3 sets. So trying to go for at least 30 seconds, once or twice. To make it more intense, you can always lift one leg off the floor or add opposite arm and leg reach, just like the bird dog. But again, if you're treating or preventing lower back pain, it's probably best to do an exercise that feels strong, but not intense. To modify this exercise, you can always drop one or both knees to the floor. So we're just gonna hold plank here for now. Breathing, keeping the neck neutral and the core engaged. I love planks. And relax. The next exercise you'll do is called a bridge. So rolling down onto your back with your hands by your hips, shoulders back and down, you'll lift the hips from the floor and hold. Now you could do many different things with the bridge. You could lift and lower. You can hold, or you can hold and add intensity by bringing one knee towards the nose and switching. Again, do the exercise that feels right for your body, modify and intensify whenever needed. So you'll do 2 to 3 sets of your choice, either repetitions of lifting and lowering the hips, or holding for 30 to 60 seconds, or alternating knee to nose and switch. And this exercise is called the bridge. And release. Another exercise you can do is called side plank. So a variation on the plank we just did, taking the elbow underneath the shoulder, lifting the hips from the floor, let's see, coming up here. Of course, to modify, you can kickstand by using the bottom knee on the floor. You just want to make sure to avoid sinking in that supporting shoulder and to lift the hips up away. So side plank is another great one for preventing or treating lower back pain. And you want to go for 2 to 3 sets, 30 to 60 seconds on both sides. So often I'll sit here with a stopwatch and time myself, kind of using a mirror as a personal trainer to check in with my form. To make sure as the exercise gets longer and I get more tired, I still keep the quality in my side plank. So let's relax from the side, swing the legs around, and go for side plank on the other side. So again, you can keep your knees on the floor, to modify, or you can lift all the way up coming into a strong side plank. And you want to make sure that you give the second side just as much time as you did on the first. And I always feel like smiling helps. So if you smile, notice that that gives you more energy in your plank. Again, as you get tired, either take a break, especially if you start to feel it in the lower back in a painful way. A lot of preventing or treating lower back pain is about strengthening the core, and that includes the front and the back side of the body, not just abs, but lower back, glutes, hamstrings. So strengthening, but also stretching, which we'll do next. Good, lower down. And the last exercise to do to prevent or treat lower back pain is a little bit of stretching. So what I'm going to have you do is kneel in what I call proposal position for a hip flexor stretch. Lift up through the torso, squeeze the back butt cheek, reach your same arm as leg behind you up over your head, and then you're going to tilt to the side. And you should feel a nice stretch in the front side of the body, the hip flexor and the psoas. You might want to play with the angle of your lateral stretch. So maybe coming a little bit further forward feels good to you, or maybe reaching a little lower in the lunge. But be mindful and do what feels right. Good, and switch sides. So part of the prevention program is strengthening, other part, same arm up and tilt over, is stretching. Good, try to breathe. Think positive thoughts. You can say, every day, my back gets stronger and healthier. And that'll help, I know it. Good. And last stretch, you'll lay on your back, and you're gonna cross one ankle over the knee in a figure 4 stretch. You can either stay here, especially if you feel this already, or bring your legs in towards your chest. Hands behind the back of the leg or on the shin. Now I feel it here, so I'm just gonna stay. You want to flex the top foot to keep the knee safe and breathe. This always feels really good. And then when you're ready, take the stretch down and we'll switch. So flexing the top foot and then guiding the legs in towards the chest if it feels right for you. Now, of course, you want to try and hold these stretches for 30 to 60 seconds, 2 to 3 sets, just like the plank. And it's nice, you get to lay down. This will feel really nice in your lower back. Deep breath. And release. So those are a few exercises you can do to help prevent and treat lower back pain. Repeat this exercise video once more or twice through for a nice, well-rounded program. Leave me a comment below if these exercises help you. Stay healthy, fit, and I will see you soon.